Meet Scarface on the left and Bun B on the right. If you're an old white dude like me, you're probably, at best, vaguely aware of who they are, but much more likely you've never heard of them before, and you don't know anybody who does know them. That would be pretty much me till a couple days ago. Anyway, these guys in their world, hip-hop, rap, they are huge. They all sing about the same things, but they are, extremely well-known, very successful. They sing about violence, drugs, guns, money, and how much white people suck. Lots of N-bombs, lots of F-bombs, blah, blah, blah. Let's look how big they are. Let's take a look at Bun B. And Scarface, maybe he's not as fresh as some of the other guys. Listen to me dropping these words in there, fresh, like I actually know what I'm talking about. Anyway, Scarface might not be as current as some of the other guys, but one of his bigger things he did with Tupac, that got 27 million views. So when these guys start talking about racism and white racism and what's all happening, and they really are a good reflection of mainstream thought. Anyway, in keeping with the ever popular theme that black people are relentless victims of relentless white racism all the time, everywhere, that explains everything, especially why cops are always picking on black people for no reason whatsoever. Bun B and Scarface are really, 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 really pissed off, and for Scarface, add a few more pissed off. They're pissed off at this picture. If anybody here ever watches South Park, you would recognize this. It was they kind of had a little fun with some words, and with the game show. What's that game show with all the letters? Wheel of Fortune. And it came out a lot different. You saw this word up there, and it came out a lot different than what this looks like. But anyway, Bun B and Scarface didn't want to hear any of that. To them, this is proof positive of the ascendancy and supremacy of white supremacy. Anyway, one of the big hip-hop magazines out there wanted to do a big article about it because Bun B posted something on Instagram. Let's take a look at what the magazine said, and note well they got something really, really wrong on it. So let's hear what the magazine said. Don't be fooled. Racism is alive and well, folks. There are examples all over the place, and people are fed up, including Bun B and Scarface, who recently voiced their opinions on the matter on social media. Charged up behind a news story about a group of white students who were recently disciplined for wearing shirts that spelled out Nigger. Okay, stop the magazine, start Colin just for a second or two. The shirts did not spell out Nigger. We just saw that. Anyway, back to the magazine. The Underground King took to Instagram to display his frustrations. Okay, this is Bun B now. They're going to quote Bun B. High school kids, in 2016. America is sliding down a deep, dark hole fast. Shit gotta change, y'all. We are better than this. I know we are. But we have to stop being selfish. We only care about our kids, our house, our family. We have to care about each other, each other's kids, each other's families. The racial divide in America has to be reversed because internally we are all fighting some of the same battles. And look at the blurb under the picture. Come on, y'all. Well, Scarface wanted to get a piece of that. And he chimed in with this. Ain't nothing sad about that shit. That's how it is, said Scarface. They teach their kids about white superiority. We thinking shit's all good and fair? The world has been forcing a white supremacist agenda down our throats for hundreds of years. We are brainwashed into thinking white is right, black is evil. We have been ripped off of our culture, religion, inventions, and music. But it's one thing that you can never deny us or steal from us. You'll never have it. Melanin rhythm. You can tan your ass off, but nope. So when I see these kids singing, there'll never be a nigga in SAE and the white hose saying black girls stink with nappy hair, or every channel on the TV has an uncomfortable pink animal, that's a white person, looking old bitch on it. I know what it is. I'm not offended at all. I know what it is. I'm not offended at all. But remember, if you keep shaking that sleeping giant, you will eventually wake it. And they went on to, that the Fox News contributor, the actress Stacey Dash. And Bun B went on to say some really bad things about Stacey Dash, because she said, if you guys are so upset about segregation at the Academy Awards, maybe we should get rid of the BET Awards. Anyway, I bring this up not in the spirit of saying, oh, gotcha, I caught those big rad rappers saying some bad things about white people. No. I don't really give a damn about them. They've got their nice house, their nice car. They're all, they're all good. But what I think is important about white people knowing about this kind of raw resentment and hostility is how common it is, how easy to find, how accepted it is, how mainstream it is. And so when we look on my YouTube channel and we see all this black on white crime and black mob violence, I don't know that we need to say that one causes the other. I don't know that we need to say that the music causes the violence, but we can absolutely say that in the music is an enormous amount of racial hostility, racial resentment, black on white. That is really, to me, it's really kind of required.
Not a YouTuber, just like doing commentary, and it's our old friend Colin Flaherty. He's at it again. Now, I understand his agenda. He creates this dialogue that, black people are claiming to be like these innocent people, and the big bad white man and these police officers are just picking on black people for no reason. And his whole platform is the highlight on, the hostility of black people towards white people. And I was like, the name of this video was Black on White Hostility is Not Hard to Find. And the thing is, white on black hostility is definitely not hard to find, especially with all the racist websites there are out there. But he went to go, and supposedly rapper Scarface and rapper Bun B chimed in on those kids in Arizona. I think it's Arizona that that spelt out the word nigger. Now, as far as that topic itself, as far as that little flim-flam there, I don't really care about it. I'm not even, I don't even have commentary on what those stupid high school girls did. I think New Possibilities did a video covering that. But I'm simply talking about how Colin Flaherty there is misconstruing information. Now, he states that if you're a white guy like him, that you vaguely heard of Scarface and Bun B, or you never heard of him at all, completely alienating his his audience, you know what I'm saying, from black people and the world of rap music and so forth, man, what a load of bullshit. You know, I'm 39 years old. When I was in high school, junior high, white people was listening to Scarface, Ghetto Boys, and UGK. So therefore, I'm pretty sure there are white people that are old as me and who are older than me, you know what I'm saying, by 10 years, that's familiar with Ghetto Boys and UGK, you know. And that's the thing. He says, you know what I mean? Like, he said, I don't know who these guys are and so forth. But then he went on to say that Scarface may not be as fresh as these newer guys, or may not be as current. Well, if he's never heard of Scarface, then why the fuck will he know if Scarface is current? Now, I know that Scarface is kind of on his pro-black kick. So I from what I hear, Scarface doesn't even like to be called Scarface anymore. He just goes by the name of Brett. I could be wrong. But he was basically stating that, you know, you have these two rappers, and he felt that all, you know what I'm saying, they put out the kind of music that glorify violence. And in some cases, yeah, he's right about that. But when he talks about, you know, they talk about how white people suck, or make music that is hostile towards white people and talk about white supremacy, no. From what I recollect, you know, Scarface, UGK, Bun B rarely talk about, you know, white supremacists, white people, white devil, you know, things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? They may have nods toward and so forth. But I know that a lot of white people like their music. So, you know, he's trying to make it out to seem like they make music that's very hostile towards white people. No, they make music that's hostile towards black people. You know, white people love their stuff. You know what I'm saying? They do cameos with white rappers. You know, and that's the thing. But Colin Flaherty was stating that how, you know, they're racist. These black people, these rappers, their racist vitriol is accepted by the mainstream. But yet this guy writes a book entitled "Don't Make the Black Kids Angry" that is accepted by the mainstream. Matter of fact, it's been endorsed by Ben Carson. You know, and that's the thing. So therefore, you know what I'm saying, he wrote, he goes over the quotes. I guess Baller Alert, they made, Bun B and Scarface made statements in Baller Alert, you know. And what Bun B said, you know, I don't find, nobody should find anything wrong with what Bun B said. Bun B's statement was like on some kumbaya, Martin Luther King, let's hold hands with white people type stuff. You know, then he talks about what Scarface says, and Scarface goes into white supremacy, calls white people pink animals. Now, I don't have a problem with what any of these guys' statements and so forth. But, you know what I'm saying, it kind of hurts your argument. You know, when we know that Bun B said things that are sort of positive, saying we have to do better as a society and so forth, and then Scarface goes into what he's considered to be the racist frickin' frat against white people and so forth. But, you know what I'm saying, let's go into his mission statement, Colin Flaherty. Like, his whole thing is to show this world, these black people, on how vicious, how malicious they are against white people. You know, and that white people are kind of like these innocent victims that don't do anything and things of that nature. And again, better demonstrate how Colin Flaherty is disingenuous and how he likes to manipulate information, you know what I'm saying, to side with his agenda, even though this guy is supposed to be a journalist. That means he's supposed to make sure all the information is accurate. I'm going to show you this clip. Let's roll it.
How many is this? 9, 10, 11, 12 knife attacks? Black on woman, black on old woman, black on young woman, black on whatever, knife attacks in New York and Philly. We did a video on this about a month ago. I think we documented 8 of them. There's been a few more since then. Here's the latest one. Old lady riding a subway car. A guy identified as black or Hispanic comes up and slashes her. You know, black and Hispanic, here's a little education here. Black and Hispanic are not mutually exclusive. Lots and lots of Hispanic people are black.
A man on a downtown 6 train slashed a 71-year-old woman in the face with a razor near the Bleecker Street subway station Monday morning. The attack, which appears to have been unprovoked, occurred after 7 a.m. before the train reached the Soho station, cops said. The woman, identified as Carmen Rivera, was taken to Bellevue Hospital with a 4-inch slash across her left cheek. She is expected to survive. Police did not yet have anyone in custody. The suspect is described as a light-skinned black or Hispanic 18-year-old man wearing a red sweater and black sneakers.
Now, as you see there, he covers a story of a woman that got slashed by supposedly a black or Latino man. He doesn't know, but then he says, well, that black and Latino is not exactly exclusive. That means that a black person can be Latino. You know, that basically he's trying to give the impression to his audience that most likely this is a black guy, a light-skinned black guy that slashed this old white woman. You know, he doesn't know all the story. He doesn't know all the details of the story. This female could have slashed herself just to get publicity or whatever, or just pull some other stunt or things of that nature. All he did was just show a picture and so forth. We don't know how she got slashed. But you know what I'm saying? But don't expect, you know what I'm saying, any sort of honesty from this guy's channel. So therefore, he has a war against black people. You know what I'm saying? Not Latinos, not Arabs or whatever. So he has to highlight around the criminal activity around black people. That's his whole stick right there. That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? But for him to sit up there and say that, well, black or Latino, it probably was a black person or a black Latino or so forth. You know, rather than, let's say that if it's a light skin, it could be a Latino. You know what I mean? Somebody who came from the seed of Christopher Columbus or Cortez. You know, and that's the thing, and that's the scary part. So the thing is, his deal is he wants to sell this book. You know, I guess he wants to get 10 million copies of this book sold. And we know social media, YouTube and the Facebook are the easiest way to promote your item, you know, because it's free as hell. See, on YouTube, all he has to do is create a YouTube channel, get a bunch of clips, fair rights use, you know, do like, you know, Tommy Sotomayor, highlight all the, you know what I'm saying, the evil of black people, and then at the end of each video, you know, he puts his book there on display, which just doesn't, you know what I'm saying, if you're going to highlight of the things that blacks do wrong, okay. But, you know what I'm saying, but going back into the opinions of Bun B and Scarface, all the thing they're doing is expressing their freedom of speech, even in rap songs or even in statements. So I don't even understand how you want to tie both in together unless you're just trying to create this angst against black people and black culture in general. You know, all to sell his book. Now me, I'm not a bleeding heart liberal. I'm not the type of guy that's going to sit here and say that, oh, black people are innocent. I worked at a jail. I know in the black community you have very bad people. But this here is America, and let's look at the news stories that's been dominating the media. But, you know, let's take focus off them and let's keep the focus on black people, you know what I'm saying, as much as possible, just so this guy can sell a book, and just because, you know what I'm saying, so he can, you know, make money or whatever. I don't know, maybe he's struggling and so forth. And the fact that he'll get these bootlickers to endorse him, you know, he you know what I'm saying, so he can say that, hey, you know, make this disclaimer that, hey, I'm not racist, you know. But thanks for watching. Never stop learning, never stop paying attention.